Hi everyone, this is Wanja Huang. So today I'm going to talk about the impact of invasive species on endemic and local species. So let me just give a brief introduction of today's topic. So first of all, I want to talk about the why are they here, and then the threats to both native wildlife and human, and then last one is what should we do to against them. And then before get started, I want to just give a short introduction of invasive species because maybe some of you guys don't have any knowledge of invasive species. So invasive species is a species that is not native or indigenous to a specific location and that has a tendency to spread to a degree believed to cause damage to both environment and human. And then I will give some examples of invasive species, and then I will show some pictures of invasive species later, but the pictures might it is a bit disgusting, so if you're afraid of this kind of um species, you can just skip this part or just use your hand to cover the screen on your laptop or phone or whatever. So the first example I want to talk about is Asian carps. Asian carps are fast-growing, aggressive, and adaptable fish that are outcompeting native fish species for food and habitat in much of the midsection of the United States. The huge hard-headed silver carp also pose a threat to boaters, as the fish can leap up of the water when startled by boat engines and often colliding with people and causing injuries, as you can see from the pictures. Asian carp is a casual name for species of silver, bighead, grass, and black carp from Southeast Asia. Asian carp consume up to 20% of their body weight each day in plankton and can grow to more than 100 pounds. The second one is brown marmorated stink bug. We, we call that BMSB. So BMSB were first discovered in the United States in Pennsylvania during the late 1990s, but no one knows for certain how they were introduced to North America. A big problem with BMSBs so far is the infestation of humans' homes. BMSBs feed on host plants by processing the skin and consuming the juices within. The size of sting bug feeding appear as necrotic or dead spots on the surface. A wide variety of plants are non-food sources for BMSBs, including ornamental trees and shrubs, fruit crops like peaches, apples, grapes, and pears, vegetable crops like green beans and soybeans and corn, etc. The last one I'm going to talk about is zebra mussels. So zebra mussels are native to the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea in Central Asia. Zebra mussels arrived in the Great Lakes of North America accidentally, stuck to large ships that traveled between the two regions. They eat plankton and have succeeded in doubling water clarity during the past decade. Clear water may look nice to us, but the lack of plankton floating in water means less food for native fish. Clear water also allows us sunlight to penetrate to the lake bottom, creating ideal conditions for algae to grow. In this way, zebra mussels have promoted the growth and spread of deadly algae blooms. The pictures here is just very disgusting. And then let's talk about why are the invasive species here. So Invasive species are primarily spread by human activities, but often unintentionally. People and the goods we use travel around the world very quickly, and they often carry uninvited species with them. Ships can carry aquatic organisms in their ballast water, while smaller boats may carry them on their propellers. Insects can get into wood, shipping platters, and carts that are shipped around the world. Some ornamental plants can escape into the wild and become invasive, and some invasive species are intentionally or accidentally released pets. For example, Burmese pythons are becoming a big problem in the Everglades. That is natural invasion. So, in addition, higher average temperatures and changes in rain and snow patterns caused by climate change will enable some invasive plant species such as garlic, mustard, kudzu, and purple loosestrife and to move into new areas. Insects pest infestations will be more served as um, pests such as mountain pine beetle are able to take advantage of drought weakened plants. Invasive species can also harm to wildlife in many ways. When a new and aggressive species is introduced into and controls, it may not have any natural predators or controls. It can breed and spread quickly, taking over an area. Native wildlife may not have evolved defenses against the invader, or they may not be able to compete with a species that has no predators. The direct threats of invasive species, including preying on native species, outcompeting native species for food or other resources, causing or carrying disease, and preventing native species from reproducing or killing a native species young. Last one is the next invasive species may provide little to no food value for wildlife. Invasive species can also alter the abundance or diversity of species that are important habitats for native wildlife. Aggressive plant species like kudzu can quickly replace a diverse ecosystem with a monoculture of just kudzu. Additionally, some invasive species are capable of changing the conditions in an ecosystem, such as changing soil chemistry or the intensity of wildfires. So, invasive species can also harmful to human. We. So the first one is the economic cost. Zebra mussels in the Great Lakes can rapidly cover submerged surfaces, clogging up water intakes at water treatment facilities and power plants. Removing these invasive species cost an estimated $500 million annually in the Great Lakes alone. And the power companies spend an estimated $1.5 million each year to control kuzu vines growing on power lines. Lampreys in the Great Lakes have decimated many fishery stocks to the point that they are no longer profitable. In the United States, in control methods and in the United States, invasive species cost an estimated $120 billion annually in control methods and in loss of environmental resources. The second one is human health. Invasive zebra mussels accumulated toxins in their tissues like PCBs and PHS. When other organisms prey on these mussels, the toxins are passed up the food chain and can also injure animals consumed by humans. Ballast water from ships also sometimes contains harmful bacteria like cholera. cholera. Invasive animals can also be vectors for disease. So invasive species can also damage property. Small zebra mussels clog the cooling system in boat engines, while large ones have damaged water pipes at power plants throughout the Great Lakes region. One way to so what should we do to against them? One way to curbing the spread of invasive species is to plant native plants and remove any invasive plants in your garden. There are many good native plants alternatives to common exotic ornamental plants. In addition, learn to identify invasive species in your area and report any sightings to your country extension agent or local land manager. Regularly clean your boats, tires, and any other equipment you use outdoors to remove insects and plant parts that may spread invasive species to new places. Then don't take home any animals, plants, shells, firewoods, or food from different ecosystems. And the last one is volunteer at your local park, refuge, or other wildlife area to help remove invasive species. Most parks also have native species restoration programs. Um, so that's all. Thank you for listening, and this is the reference that I use. Thank you.